Today we're bringing you inside the world of ketamine and the clinics offering it as a medical treatment. Now there's a ketamine nasal spray to treat depression, but the question that we're uncovering is it being abused? Is it being prescribed too prolifically? I want to ask you, because you mentioned in our briefing that you were actually offered these nasal sprays.
The FDA just approved a nasal spray for depression, a ketamine nasal spray, but it's expensive and it's only supposed to be used in a supervised doctor's office setting. Now, I think the clinics I went to found a workaround, which is they offered me a prescription for a generic ketamine spray and said I could take that home with me. Now, I just happened to be at a house party and I saw people using a ketamine nasal spray, not for depression or what it's indicated for, but to get high.
And Leslie, this preparation was being made in a compounding
Exactly.
So let
pharmacy.
me ask you really quickly, Dr. Mandel, what is the dosing of these ketamine nasal sprays?
I don't give ketamine nasal spray.
Okay.
I don't think that's a good therapeutic use, although the S-ketamine that's available, approved by the FDA, has been fairly effective. It's nowhere near as effective as intravenous infusions. The dose that we were giving when I tried nasal sprays 4 years ago was about 70 to 75 milligrams.
So if you're talking 70, 75 milligrams and you're taking multiple hits of this, it could theoretically give you a high. And let's dig a little deeper into this, because joining us now in our medical confessional is Jeff, who admits to using ketamine to get high. And Jeff is in the medical confessional because he desires to remain anonymous. Jeff, have you used these FDA-approved nasal sprays to get high, and if so, how?
Yes, I did. You know, I heard about it from my friend, and he had tried it several times, but it was administered by a doctor in his office through an IV. And he showed me the prescription bottle of nasal spray. And he also said a lot of good things about his experience with it. And based on everything, I was, open to trying it.
So Jeff, I'm just curious, what is the effect when you take this nasal spray? How did it make you feel?
I just immediately felt this crazy rush through my body, and it definitely felt psychedelic. It was like psychedelic cocaine.
And how long did that effect last, Jeff?
I would say it did last about 30 minutes, that feeling, but I felt the effects for about 3 hours.
Dr. Sportelli, it seems to me that making treatments more accessible is a good thing, but all I keep thinking of right now is the opiate crisis. It just keeps ringing in the back of my head like, oh my gosh, we're trying to help people, we're trying to make really, at times, effective medicines more available, but they have the risk of abuse. What are your thoughts with this?
The FDA-approved version of S-ketamine is incredibly regulated, which means this: if you want to be an intranasal provider of S-ketamine, you have to undergo what's called risk evaluation and mitigation strategies. That means you can only give this to the proper patients that have been diagnosed appropriately and documented. It comes from a certified pharmacy, there's informed consent, and there's ongoing monitoring, and it's only given in the office twice a week. Let's just get that out of the way. The idea of giving someone a take-home nasal spray of ketamine with a behavioral health issue is the absolute worst idea I've ever heard in my life, and I'm going to tell you why. People with behavioral health problems by nature have a higher likelihood of addiction and abuse. If someone has bipolar disorder, they have a 7-time more likelihood of abusing a substance for self-medication. Now think about this. Ketamine is a fast-acting, short half-life medicine, which means it acts quick and goes away quick. Could you imagine trying to give that to somebody with a behavioral health issue that's depressed? What do you say? Take a squirt whenever you feel down? I mean, this is absolutely setting somebody up for complete disaster.